Hi, this is Joni Gable, Accounting for Profits. Just wanted to discuss with you today some of the things that have been happening over the last few days, and I'm sure you're aware of them. So I know you're keeping up with your family and friends and business associates. One of the things people are asking about are the stimulus checks, and some have gotten them, many have not. We understand they're majorly behind and having a hard time actually finding out where to send checks to. The IRS has done a great job on the front page of their site, irs.gov, with updating it daily for the new things that they're learning that need to be asked and why people aren't getting their checks. So you can check there on a daily basis, log in to different sites, different spots where they offer differing questions, and see what you can find out. I know there's one comment they're saying we cannot establish your eligibility. That does not mean you're not eligible. It just means they haven't figured this out yet. So be patient and just keep checking back. Also, check with us here. We'll let you know what we find out. The other thing I wanted to kind of bring you up to speed with is the Payroll Protection Program, which I feel sure by now you know that there's not any more money for that program, except they should be opening up a new avenue for that program this week, we hope. I think we probably have learned something from the first round that I believe lasted 7 days. And yes, most of the loans that were made were for larger companies. But I will say this, some of our clients have been approved for the payroll protection plan, and they're not some of the largest companies. Some of our small clients have been accepted as well. I haven't really said much about what we do, but Accounting for Profits is the CFO services nationally. So we have CFOs who run businesses, not just sit at a desk and tell other people how to run businesses. So we get our hands very dirty. And one thing we also began offering was bookkeeping services, because so many times we go in to bad situations where there's no wonder they can't get bank loans. There's no wonder they're in trouble because they have no idea what's going on with their record keeping. So it is imperative, if you want to run a successful business, that your records, your accounting, your bookkeeping, everything is in immaculate order. It's times like these that make the big difference. That's why our clients are getting approved. But just letting you know that, because that is paramount to what is going on. What we're learning with the PPP loan, and we knew this going into it, was that bankers will be bankers. Just like a leopard can't change its spots, a banker can't change how they think. So although I think many people thought these loans would be super easy, they actually are, for people that understand them, like a banker, like your CFO. But for the lay person, they don't understand why they have to send 100 pieces of paper, not paper, 100 pieces of documentation digitally to the bank. But that is actually what is being required. So the best advice we can give you is to understand the calculations and get your paperwork in order if you haven't. So you now have a new window of opportunity to get to work on making this happen. I will say that there have been a lot of miscommunications and ambiguities in the payroll protection program. It's kind of like trying to repair a boat, a vessel, maybe a cruise ship in the middle of a storm. It's hard work. I wouldn't want to be in their shoes. Here again, it's confusing for those of us on the front line. But basically what's going to happen is it's going to come down to what your banker understands and what they can tell you. Just a few things I wanted to bring to your attention, just so you'll know the basics. When it comes down to this amount of payroll, it's only for this loan, you have to have less than 500 employees, but no one employee can make more than a $100,000 package. Now that means, say someone makes 80 and their real package is 120, you have to cap that person at 100. So your owners still get paid, they just can't make the salaries possibly they're accustomed to making. So just know that going in. Also, the forgiveness portion of these loans. It's very stringent in the way these are going to be applied, in that they give you 2.5 times what your average weekly payroll is. So once you get that money, that equates to more than 8 weeks worth of salaries or payroll cost. Let me get my terminology correct because there's big differences. So when you get your 8 weeks that can be forgiven, you must spend 75% of it on payroll cost. You can spend the other 25% on mortgage interest, utilities, rents, various other things, but you must spend 75% on payroll cost. So as you apply for a new loan, you need to really read it carefully as to what is forgiveness, or you may not have it all forgiven. Another example would be in that the forgiveness period starts the day you get your money. Okay, well, say you get your money and you can't bring your employees back to work because you're on a shelter in place. You may have to pay them without them working. So that is part of the forgiveness. There's overlapping issues and miscommunications. This is unfortunate, but it is what it is. I wanted you to know these kind of things and be prepared when you go back into this the second time. Here again, the best thing you can do is have a banker, know the rules, make sure you have all your documentation, because I will tell you, if you don't, they will send you a notice and ask for more. In our case, that's okay because we've got it right there. We just didn't realize they needed it. So, and every banker's different. Some banks, since all the banks are closed right now to these loans, and we hope these new ones will come out this week, some banks, not all of them, but some banks will take your application and your documentation and input it for you. That's a huge help. But there's no guarantees. And remember that there's no guarantees on anything. It's going to be totally up to you to make a good presentation with what you present to the bank. I hope this helps. We're going to post a good article on our website probably today or tomorrow. Our website is accprofits.com. This article kind of goes into what's gone on and how much is going to have to be re-explained or rethought through for this next loan process, or we're still going to be asking questions. But here again, check us out on Facebook. Tell your friends, like us, invite your friends. We want to help. It's a free service for information. We can't give you advice without seeing your paperwork and documentation because everybody is unique. Thank you for your patience. Good luck to you. Have a great day.